Hello friends, welcome back to my channel All Coding Tutorials. Today I will show you how to use the Firebase phone authentication method in Android Studio to create a phone authentication app with OTP verification for login and registration purposes. This is one of the most common login method in the apps, but I've seen people doing mistakes and they don't get the OTP or it crashes. So I request please watch the video carefully. Don't skip any part and follow each and every step I'm explaining here, and at the end you will get a great functioning app. But most important, if you are new to my channel, I request you to please subscribe and press the bell icon so that you never miss my video. In my channel, I bring you Android tutorials with very detailed explanation which are very useful. So let's begin. Launch the Android Studio. Click on the new project. Select the empty activity. Click next. We have to give a name. Let us write Firebase phone activity. Then click finish. And then you can see the activity underscore main.xml and main activity.java has opened. So what we will do, let us go to the Firebase console and first connect the project to Firebase. We can do it by two methods, either by from the tools or also from the Firebase console. Let us see how it is done. Click on the console.firebase.google.com. You will see a list of your projects. Just click on add project. Then it is saying let's start with a name for your project. So give a name here. So any name you can give. Let's call it Firebase Phone Auth 1. Then click continue. This is Google Analytics. Just keep it enabled. Then click continue. Select the default account for Firebase here. Then click on create project. You can see the project is getting ready. Then click continue. Click on the symbol Android. Then here you have to give your name of the package. That's one method. Now go back to our Android Studio and then click on the tools, connect Firebase, and then go to the authentication and click authenticate using a custom authentication system. Click on this connect to Firebase. And then it will take a while to connect. So now it will launch the web flow, your projects. If you're already logged in, it will go directly to that. And here you can see your project. Click on that and click on that. It will say your Firebase is connected to your Firebase Android app. You can see the green sign connected here. And now add the Firebase Authentication SDK to your app. When you click, this pop-up window opens where you can see the dependencies. It is saying that accept these changes which will be required. Click accept changes and syncing will start. You can just leave it here, click back. Once it is synced, you can see your package name here in your project. Go to the settings. You can see your project details and you can see Google JSON and other things. And now we will add the fingerprints SHA1 as well as SHA256. So for that, let us click on the right hand side Gradle. Click on the symbol, Gradle symbol, and write Gradle sign in report right in front of that. Press enter and you'll see once it is executed, your in the bottom run window, you will see SHA1 and SHA256. So copy SHA1 from here, go to the console, paste it here. It is automatically detecting that it is SHA1 and then click on save. That's it. Click the second code also, this SHA256, copy. And paste it here. So it has detected that it is SHA256 and save. So these two SH are required, otherwise your project will crash and will not be detecting any associated Firebase app when you run your Android app. So now you refresh it and go to the authentication, and inside that there are many options given. So you can start by any method, but today we are working on phone authentication method. So click on this phone native providers in the list. Here you have to enable and save. That's how your connection is enabled. You can see here that the new project currently have an SMS daily quota of 50 day. To increase this quota, please add a billing account. So this is the Firebase is giving a free SMS quota of 50 SMS per day. Now just click on the Android to see what are the dependencies it needs. So just scroll down and you'll see two dependencies are shown here. First is com.google.firebase BOM. It is basically bill of materials so that all the libraries required for Firebase can be used. Second is Firebase-auth dependency. All the libraries for authentication can be used. So just ensure that these things are there or not. So go to the Gradle, then go to the app level, copy this dependency and paste it here in the app level Gradle. Then the second one is also already connected because we have connected the Firebase already. So authentication is dependency is not needed to be added here. Now we will make our UI. So we'll go to the layout and we'll select the activity underscore main.xml. So you can see there is a hello world. So the first thing we will do is we will change the layout to relative layout. So delete these things and write relative layout, and we can give a margin in the layout so that it appears slightly better. So 10 dp I'm giving here. Then you can delete this text hello world here. Text view is already there, so we will write enter your phone number. The width will change to match parent, and we will assign an ID slash text. Delete all these constraints. Then we can give a margin, top margin 20 dp. Then we will give a bottom margin of 20 dp. Then text size we will assign, let us a little bigger, so keep it 20 dp, and then align it centrally in the horizontal. So set the layout underscore center horizontal equal to true. Then we will add a widget edit text here. So width will be match parent and height will be wrap content. ID will be ID slash phone. Here we are going to enter the phone number. Then we have to show a hint. Hint will be a phone number. Input type will be phone so that it can automatically detect that it is either a 10-digit number or not. You can just write phone here. Then another attribute, we will just add a margin bottom 20 dp. Since it's a relative layout, we are going to write layout below ID slash text. Then we will add a button. Width will be match parent, height will be wrap content. ID will write button generate OTP. This is the button which will be used to generate the OTP, send the phone number to Firebase. It should be placed below the layout below ID phone, then margin bottom 20 dp, just like that we did for others. Text in the button, we will write generate OTP. Size, we will make it slightly bigger, 20 dp. Then copy this edit text. So the button is done. So then copy the edit text and place it here, and change the ID to edit ID slash OTP. Then change the hint to OTP. Input type this will not be a phone now. This will change to a number, and it should be placed below the button. Our ID is button generate OTP. So paste button generate OTP here. Now you can see the UI looking proper. Now one more button we need to verify our OTP. So just paste the button text here. So and it should be placed below the edit box OTP. Change the ID. So we'll write button verify OTP. Everything can be same. So now text, we will write verify OTP. Then once the button is done, you can see the design. So we have two buttons and two edit box. That's our main activity UI is complete, where we are going to do all the main work here. Once the OTP is verified, we can go to any page and we can go to the main page, whatever you want to design. So now we will go to main activity.java and declare these variables: edit text phone, comma OTP, then button, the name button gen OTP, button verify. Then we will declare a Firebase variable, Firebase auth variable, auth, since we are going to do the authentication. Now let us initialize them. Phone equal to find view by ID, r dot id dot. ID phone. These are the IDs we have provided in the XML. OTP equal to find view by ID r.id.otp. Then we will initialize the button. Button generate OTP equal to find view by ID r.id.button generate OTP. Then button verify equal to find view by ID r.id.button verify OTP. Select from the dropdown. Then we have to initialize auth variable. So mauth equal to firebase auth dot get instance semicolon. Now we will write the code. When we click on the button generate OTP, what's going to happen? So let us write button gen OTP dot set on click listener. Create a function send verification code. That's our function where when we click whatever is the phone number we have, we will pass it to the Firebase so that Firebase can verify this phone number and Firebase will send the OTP. The function for that is we have to write code inside that. So copy this code and create another set on click listener. So here this on click listener will be for button verifies. This is the function when verify button is pressed. So when OTP will be verified by the Firebase, will send our OTP to the Firebase so that it can be verified and then the login process can be initiated. We will change the name is to verify code. Now we will create these methods. So here if you go to the left side, you can see create method verify code is coming. So just create and in the main activity select and you can see the private void verify code has come. Copy that and another function send verification code also declare. So these two functions have come. Now we will just check some conditions. So we'll write if text utils dot is empty. Inside the bracket you write phone. This is the ID of the variable name. Phone dot get text dot to string. Then what we're going to do, if it is empty, we can show a toast. So we'll create a toast here. Main activity dot this. Then we will write enter valid phone number. Else we can, if it is not empty, everything is create a string number equal to phone dot get text dot to string. This is the number which we will pass to our send verification code. So paste the number inside the bracket. Here you have to add the string as the first parameter to this. Now come to the firebase.google.com and scroll down. We're going to take the already given codes inside this and you can see the Firebase auth options variable. So here this is the where phone number is given to Firebase and then Firebase verifies them. Just copy this code entire script and paste it here and you can see whatever is read. Some press alt enter on that and click import class and you can see the auth option is class is connected. This is the phone number where we are going to declare. So this we can just match the string phone number to phone number. Then time unit also we will add the class and there is a m callback. This is basically the feedbacks. When Firebase sends the OTP, you can get a feedback signal that okay, the OTP has gone. Then there is a phone auth provider dot verify phone number with the options given. So we will just import the class. We can set our country code add so that you don't need to put the country code inside the edit text box. I'm writing here +91. You can write for your country and whatever is the country code. You can also create a widget to select the country code. Let's say a small piece of code, but I'm doing like this method. Now scroll down and this whole code of m callback equal to new phone auth provider. So whenever there is a callback state change is going to give us the signals. Copy this entire code and paste inside the main activity.java. And what we are going to do, first this copy this after the new whatever is written and paste above that and declare private. This phone auth credential, this class we have to import. So this is done and then remaining thing just delete. This log also we are going to delete and now there is a phone and there is a function sign in with phone auth credential. Right now we will delete this. So now we will declare what happens on verification completed. So if verification is complete, we'll declare a final string code. Inside the code we can put the credentials dot get SMS code. So this is basically whenever the Firebase is sending the OTP, we are sending the OTP inside the code. Now just put @non-null here before inside the bracket. Same thing we have to do on verification failed also. So inside also we will delete all these things and now inside the on verification completed, we are going to write if the code is not null, we'll make a function verify code Inside the on verification field, we can show a toast message, toast main activity dot this. Inside this activity, we'll write verification failed. Then delete in the on code sent. There is an on code sent method. The verification ID we will write S inside the curly brackets. Super dot and on code sent string S token. Then we will write verification ID equal to S. So the S, there is a, whenever the OTP is sent, there is a ID which we are storing in our verification ID. This verification ID is red because it is not declared. It has to be declared as a global variable. So let us go to the top and declare a string kind of variable, write it verification ID, come back. So this code, now one thing, this one verification is completed. When we have created a verify code, inside that we have to pass this code, because this is the code which is sent by the Firebase through the SMS. Now verify code function we have to declare, that's our most important. And inside phone auth credential equal to phone auth provider dot get credentials verification ID comma codes, match it with the function. So this is the place where the code entered by the user as well as the code sent by the Firebase is matched. So once the credentials are matched, you can see with the credentials, you write sign in by credentials, and inside that you write credentials, so that we can create a sign in function. Now create a sign in by credentials method inside the main activity. And write Firebase auth equal to Firebase auth dot get instance, then Firebase auth dot sign in with credentials, and inside credential. Then we have to add we will add a listener to it, so whether to just show our whether the sign in is successful or not. So just add on complete listener, new on complete listener, put a semicolon here, and inside that write if task is, get a task variable here which we can use. So if task dot is successful, we will show a toast message main activity dot this. The toast message is login successful, and start activity we can go as soon as the sign in process is complete. We can send our users to the home activity from our main activity, which is going to be our dashboard. Now the if clause of button generate OTP. Now we'll go to our button verify dot set on click listener and paste it here inside the on click method. If the text is, if there is no OTP there, we are going to show them the message wrong OTP entered. Else verify code, we can get the text in the edit text box with the ID OTP dot get text to string. So this verify code, this OTP, whatever we are entering, it will be passed to our verify function. Now just match it here. See the OTP, so that it gets from the OTP text box. So we are using verify code two times. One time is verify code which is given by the user, and one is the OTP which is inside Firebase is sending the SMS, and we are storing them in a verification ID. And inside the verify code, we are comparing with the correct code, and we are allowing the user to sign in. We have to create another activity. To go to new activity, empty activity. The name we will give home activity. It should match with our class we have defined. Inside the home activity, what we can do, we can just create a very simple UI. Just go to the activity home.xml, change the layout to relative layout. And you can give a margin here, layout margin equal to 10 dp. You can show a text here, so width will be match parent, height will be wrap content, and we'll define an ID text welcome. And also we will make the size a little bigger, so text size equal to 20 dp. Then it should be the margin top, we will give some margin, so 20 dp is the top margin here. And also we are giving a margin bottom here, 20 dp, and close it here and add a button. So width will be match parent and height will be wrap content. This is the button we are creating to log out basically. So ID, we will name it ID/logout. it should be placed below welcome, text welcome. So @ID / text welcome. Then the text we will write on the button is logout. Go to the text view also. In the text view also, we will write welcome to the dashboard. Should be in the center. So we will declare Android gravity equal to center. And see the design. So we can see there is a nice dashboard has come. When we go to the main activity.java, we'll also generate some override method. So an onStart method. So inside the onStart, it will check if the user is already logged in. So just write Firebase user current user equal to Firebase auth dot get instance or dot get current user. So it will inside the current user, it is getting the current user. And if the current user is not null, that means if there is already a user logged in, we are going to start activity, new intent, main activity dot this, home activity dot class. Finish, so that this activity is finished and we will go to the home activity. Now we can go to the home activity.java and we will declare Firebase auth mauth. Then also we will declare a button logout. Then we initialize mauth inside the onCreate mauth equal to Firebase auth dot get instance. Write logout equal to find view by id r dot id dot our id is logout. Create on an on-click listener for the button. So write logout dot set on-click listener. Inside just write inside the on-click we will write mauth dot sign out. Below that we will, once you press the sign out button, we will start the activity. So write start activity, new intent, home activity dot this, comma, main activity dot class. Finish here so that this activity is finished. So that's it. Everything is complete. Now we can run our project. So you can see it is running. It is the project is launching. Now I have projected my phone screen. Enter your phone number. So once you enter a valid phone number and press the register, it's gonna go to the Firebase verify, and there is additional check here. It is doing verifying you are not a robot, and it will automatically do that, and it will send you a message. You can see a message is received, SMS, that OTP has been received by the Firebase. This OTP, you can just paste it here, or you can just press the verify OTP, and you can see you come to the dashboard, log out. Text is not shown somehow, I don't know. But anyway, it's okay. I think there's some graphics issue. When you press the logout, you come to the main screen. So you can see the project is actually complete, but there is some issues which we have to do, and some more things we will add so that it looks more professional. You can see without any session of the Firebase started, we just write OTP, it crashes. What is crashing? Because there is no session going on. So there is no code here to check that what happens if there is no session. So better it to just to disable this button so that you cannot press until a session is started. Once the session is started, you don't get such a crash. For that, what we will do, first we go to main XML, and this button, the second button, we will write Android enabled equal to false. This button we are not enabling it, so we are writing enable false. Inside the main activity, as soon as where we are to do, actually we have to go to on code sent method, and once the code is sent, here we can show a toast main activity dot this code sent. Once the code is sent, we can enable the button verify, so that nobody can press the button without the code sent. So button verify dot that enabled, inside that you write true. That's how it is done. By default the button will be disabled, and then you will enable once the code is sent. We can also, just to look it more professional, we can also add a progress bar. So progress bar layout width is wrap content, height is also wrap content here, and it should be below the id slash button verify OTP. Then it should be also centered horizontally true. So center horizontal equal to true. Then we'll define ID. We'll just write bar here. If you see in the UI, you can see there is a progress bar here, which will be continuously rotating. By default, let's keep it invisible. Declare the progress bar equal to bar, and inside that initialize bar equal to find view by ID r dot id dot bar. Now here, when the bar will be becoming visible is when you enter a valid phone number. When you press the generate OTP button, so below the string number declaration, we will write bar dot set visibility. So view dot visible. So the bar is becoming visible, and then once the code is sent, where we are showing the toast, when we are enabling the button also, and as well as the progress bar also, we will make it invisible. Bar dot set visibility invisible. Enter here, it will show view dot invisible. This way it is complete. I think we can now run our program again. Let us see how it works. So you can see this nicely. The button here is disabled and you cannot press. You cannot enter the OTP. You have to give a phone number here. Once you give a phone number and press on the generate OTP button, you can see progress bar has started to show the progress. After a while, it is checking for the additional security purpose. This also can be set separately, but I'm not covering here. So this you can see once the OTP has been generated and sent to you by SMS, this verify OTP button has become enabled, and now you can enter the OTP, and also the progress bar is also become invisible, and the toast message has come as code sent. That means the code has been sent. You get the feedback. Now you have to enter the OTP. So we have the OTP here through SMS, and when we write the OTP and press the verify OTP button, and then you can see the toast login successful, and you can see now when you press the logout button, you come back to the main page. So that's it, friend. I hope you must have learned something from this video. I also provided a link to source code. So thank you very much for watching this video.